Charles beware, Harry and Meghan are ready to stab the king in the back with a fatal blow to the York family. Hello and a very warm welcome to the Celebrity Tribute channel. One question that many people are asking right now is, can the monarchy safely trust the York branch of the family? Now, Prince Andrew has a long history of being an arrogant prick, and on at least one occasion he did try to take over Charles's position. And now it seems like Andrew's side of the family may be harming King Charles and his legacy. Is there something to this? Andrew was big buddies with Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, and Epstein, of course, had that island where all kinds of sex was occurring, and Maxwell knows a whole lot about Epstein because they had quite the arrangement. They were partners, they were business partners, and Andrew spent a lot of time with the both of them. So far, it's just a pretty bizarre friendship. But one thing I still find very interesting is that Meghan Markle was supposed to testify about Andrew in the Virginia Giuffre trial. Now, Harry tried to put the rumors about Meghan's past as a yacht girl to rest by speaking out about it, but when he did that, it really only brought up even more questions. So we're supposed to believe that when Meghan first met the York branch of the royals, she thought that Prince Andrew was a footman? The same Meghan who obsessively Googled Harry and read a lot about Princess Diana? This Meghan did not know what Prince Andrew even looked like? Yeah, right. Pretty difficult to believe that claim, and what is a lot easier to believe is that Meghan spent time not on some benign, wealthy man's yacht, but that she actually met Andrew on a yacht. And if anybody knows what Meghan did on those yachts, then I think she may have known Andrew in the biblical sense, if you catch my drift. And that's why the lawyers wanted to have her as a witness, but they just said that Meghan was around Andrew enough to know what he was up to. Now, for a long time now, people have been saying that Meghan was a yacht girl with Jeffrey Epstein. She could have met so many wealthy men and celebrities, which we know would excite her to no end. Of course, I don't have all the specifics, but for a long time now, I have thought there was something very strange about the relationship between Meghan Markle and Eugenie. Now, according to what a lawyer has said, Epstein, Andrew, and Meghan all knew each other. And Eugenie's involved in this whole mess too, because she's the mole that informs Harry and Meghan of everything that happens in London. But what is her reason? Could be that Princess Eugenie knew a lot of what her father was up to. Not only was Epstein a guest at her birthday party, but apparently Eugenie also belonged to Soho House a long time before Meghan ever came. Now, I have read about Soho being the place where fun is had, and that includes a lot of sex. In fact, the explanation for a lot of what's been going on is sex. Who was with whom, and that's exactly where Andrew comes in. So is it true that Meghan Markle knew Andrew before she knew Harry? It seems like it. And did Meghan then put pressure on Eugenie to introduce Harry to her? Well, knowing that Harry really loved some sex, drugs, and alcohol, I wouldn't be surprised. Harry met Meghan through Meghan's friendship with Eugenie, but why exactly were Meghan and Eugenie friends to start with? Does Harry even understand that his wife stalked him, she chased after him, and even after he broke up with her, she didn't give up? Let's remember their version and their timeline as written or as fed to the press. It's not right. Harry got sick of Meghan, and he decided to break off the relationship. There's even a photo where Meghan is kissing Harry, and he does not look happy about it. In the photo I'm talking about, Harry is not embracing Meghan as she's kissing him. He's got his hands down by his side. Obviously, he's just not that into her. So how exactly did this marriage ever happen? Meghan was an escort and she was a yacht girl, which Harry admits to. But does Harry even understand who exactly she met up with on those yachts? Does Andrew even know? And is this why Meghan and Harry were so awful to Eugenie at her wedding when they announced that they were pregnant on that very same day? Maybe because Eugenie has always loved and tried to protect her father, even if it means protecting him from Meghan and everything that she knows. So is Eugenie expected to feed information to the two of them? Is that part of the deal that she made with Meghan? As far as I can see, Beatrice does not deserve to be lumped in with the rest of them. She has a good marriage to a wonderful man, and they have a lovely little family now. Beatrice and her husband have proved very loyal to William and Catherine, and she was particularly close to the late Queen. She was Markle, though, like so many other people, over those photos of the Queen's little cottage. Now, if you ask me, Beatrice shows a lot of promise. I think she's cut from an entirely different cloth than the rest of the York family. I think she does have some potential to break the York narcissism and entitlement traits. It seems like Beatrice is finally experiencing the real meaning of love and family, and she has that with her lovely husband. She's gotten away from her toxic family, and ever since she's got married, she's really only made positive changes. And as for Harry, well, his brain is so messed up because of the drugs, he might not even realize that Meghan was close to his uncle. The question I have, though, is when are the good royals finally going to get rid of the bad ones? I don't have a good feeling about that York family. Now, Fergie sold access to Andrew, and Andrew, we know, is way too horny. Why was he buddies with Jeffrey Epstein? And why did he have Ghislaine Maxwell sit on the throne for laughs? For a while now, I have also suspected that Meghan put that girl up to suing Andrew for supposedly having sex with her when she was 17. Now, according to Ghislaine Maxwell, Weinstein didn't trust Meghan at all, and he fired her. Maybe we'll never know the real truth, but Meghan has an agenda, and we know she wants to be queen. She has told so many lies, she has ruined so many people's lives. Anybody who has gotten in her path, she has done her best to destroy. She's also obsessed with the late Princess Diana. Now, she's been gone for 25 years. Now, the thing about a sociopath, in order for them to get what they want, which is all that matters to them, they are willing to get rid of anybody who stands in their way, even if it's family or friends. It's like throwing a bowling ball and watching all the pins drop one after another. Meghan is a typical sociopath. She's sneaky, she's sly, and she doesn't care who she hurts. Now, for those of us who are normal people, who generally want to do good in the world and who are nice to people, it's difficult to even understand how somebody can be so completely evil. I think even Meghan's followers are eventually going to see her for what she is, but it might take them a while. But Meghan is never going to stop until she gets what she wants, which makes her one very frightening person and very dangerous too. Sarah Ferguson, the ex-wife of Prince Andrew and the mother of Eugenie and Beatrice, has been embroiled in a lot of controversy, and supposedly Duke Philip would refuse to be in the same room with her, and Meghan too. Now, back when Fergie did all of her cheating and betraying, we didn't have social media or cell phones, so there's not as much proof of her misbehaving. But still, a lot of people despise her as much as people despise Meghan. Do you ever see her attending royal events? Well, of course not. And she also used to go on the Oprah Winfrey Show to trash talk the royal family. I remember back then I wasn't even so interested in the royal family, so I didn't understand exactly who she was. But I remember seeing her on Weight Watchers commercials, and I remember her being a regular guest on Oprah. For whatever reason, we've already talked about the fact that Oprah hates the royal family, and she will interview anybody who's willing to talk bad about them. It could be that Andrew introduced Harry to Meghan, who knows? Maybe he said something like, she's good in the sack, and she also loves drugs, you'll love her. But I suspect that it was Marcus who arranged the whole thing. I mean, it was pretty quick, Marcus Anderson's rise from zero to one of the bosses at Soho House. He recruited Meghan and Eddie Redmayne, too. He was at Eton with William, and he recruited both of them to go to an opening of a Soho House in Istanbul. Now, Redmayne apparently is a good friend of Eugenie, and her husband is not really rich. He did work for Clooney's company. Now he and Eugenie work on behalf of Clooney's partner selling houses in Portugal. Soon enough, they left Frogmore Cottage, even though Meghan and Harry didn't stay there when they came back last summer. Supposedly, they stayed at, guess where? Oh, Soho House in London. Such a small world, isn't it? There were some other photos of Meghan on a boat with some non-European men, but they were not scrubbed from the internet. So I suspect they're going to be coming back like many others are. Somebody is eventually going to put all of this together and find out the truth. And until then, I'm afraid all we can do is sit back and watch. And you, what do you think about this news today? Please let me know what you think below in the comments section, and everyone else can also discuss the British royal family together. And don't forget to subscribe to the Celebrity Tribute YouTube channel to get more interesting videos from our team. Now thank you so much for tuning in, goodbye, and I'll be back to see you all tomorrow.